Many people start each morning with a cup of coffee. But as you sip, do you ever think about how your coffee got to the cafe? That coffee and millions of other items are transported through a multi-step process our economy depends on. First, the coffee beans, called cargo or freight, are brought on a ship to a U.S. port facility.
About 8,500 ships call on the Port of Houston each year and over 200,000 barge transits each year. The port's future is very rosy. The population of Texas is going to double in size. That's a huge growth in our marketplace. The Panama Canal, people tell you that Houston is one of the premier ports that will benefit from the widening and deepening the canal. So you look at the middle part of the United States, there's 100 million people, and this port serves because of its strategic location, most of that part of the United States. And now we've become the largest, fastest growing coffee exchange port in the United States. Coffee comes in bags, is stored in a warehouse, maybe 1, 2, 3 years, and then a broker buys it.
Next, the coffee could travel by truck or rail, depending on its destination. More than 2,000 trains travel through the region each week.
We have over 800 miles of freight rail track within our region, and there's some 1,200 at-grade crossings, 700 of which are in the city. We have 2,200 trains that operate on a weekly basis. Each of those trains takes about 280 18-wheelers off of our highways and bridges. If you do the math on that, that's over 600,000 18-wheelers removed from our highway system on a weekly basis. And so products are shipped in through the port and they go to the distribution center, and from there they're moved by freight or trucks throughout our country.
A truck transports the coffee to a roasting plant where employees prepare it to be sold. Almost 1 million jobs in the region rely on cargo, from truck drivers to business owners and their employees. Next, a truck transports the coffee beans. Nowadays, trucks are the most common vehicles for transporting freight. As consumer demand for goods increases, so does the number of trucks on the roads. More trucks mean increased roadway and environmental impacts, noise, and congestion. Finally, the coffee beans arrive at your local cafe. Many other goods are transported the same way, but sometimes the process is different. Millions of pounds of cargo are also transported by air. Oil, the backbone of the region's economy, relies on pipelines, another critical part of the freight transportation network. All modes of transportation must work together to move freight. The Houston-Galveston region is growing, but with globalization, the world only seems to be smaller. The Panama Canal will be expanded to keep up with increased international freight travel. We must take care of this transportation system and make sure all the branches continue to work together. Our economy depends on it. Besides, how else would you get your morning coffee?